Moves our next question from our panelists, be directed to Mayor Picard.
Okay. We finally got the train station open this year, and there are a lot of people to thank for that. Mayor Picard, but let us not forget three people who will never get on that train: Dodie Ireland, Marty DeGran, and David Carmody. Also want to thank Mike Curiano and the Railroad Station Committee, and the Chamber of Commerce was very, very much involved in the grassroots on this, as was former Mayor Richie Bohr. So I just want to make sure that nobody forgets everybody who was involved on that. Now, as a transit-oriented district, the plan on this, the dream, was to make this an economic development center that would benefit West Haven. We have this asset now. How do we leverage it? How do we make this make money for West Haven?
Mayor Picard.
Sure, and I know you were there, Bob, when I mentioned those three individuals and Mike during the ribbon cutting, and I also
Got the chamber.
I forgot the chamber. I'm sorry, Bob. I know it was a former president, so I didn't remember everyone. I also forgot Al Martin and Governor Rell, but Steve Darden mentioned Governor Rell. So, you know, the train station's open. It is a major asset. It looks fantastic, and there are a lot of people to thank for it. And there's a lot of development that's starting to happen around it. But one of the things we don't need, I actually went and looked, there are 2,500 apartments in a quarter-mile radius around the train station. So what we need to do, again, is to create more jobs. If we fill the Armstrong building with apartments, it's not going to help us create jobs. We don't have a lot of land here. I go back to the same thing. As we continue to market it, as the train station's open, we have more people interested and more developers from outside West Haven and New Haven County. We're going to have more access to more resources, and you're going to be able to do something extremely special. So it sounds basic, but we have to continue to market it. The train station's open now, and we have to continue to move that forward, but not panic and put just apartments there.
Thank you. Mr. O'Brien.
I think the area around the train station is probably one of the biggest shortcomings of this administration. There is land around that train station that could be developed with a mixed-use development. It's not apartments, it's a mixed use, a commercial base, corporate headquarters, retail, some condos, some commuter condos, maybe larger scale, geared towards 25 to 35-year-old commuters. It's an area that we should develop. We can't sit there and say the economy, nothing's coming, you know, we're going to wait it out. We have to get it done. We have to hire someone who can go out, seek development, bring it here to West Haven, attract it. If we have to give some incentive to spur economic growth around that area, it's something we have to do. The train station has been on the building block for the better part of a decade. They've been actually building it for 5 years, and we still have nothing. We should have something developed in the area or in the works right now. We should have been working on it for the last 10 years or so.
Mr. Chatterton.
Well, that one, the train station took years to build. Years of planning. No foresight for any economic development around it now. I've heard people in City Hall say, well, let's build after, you know, it is gorgeous, the state did a great job, but let's see what kind of traffic we're going to get after it's built. They just started a new commission a couple months ago about planning economic development around the train station. Shouldn't you have the foresight for something that expensive, that big to the city, years ago to plan it ahead in advance? Why are you waiting until after it's built and then, yeah, we got to build it now and see what happens? I think what the city has to do is take the lead in the decisions we make and on the money that's being spent around town. And not wait for things to happen, go out and make things happen. That's how I see we should lead West Haven.
Sure, there was a TOD study in 2002. There was another one done 5 years later. We're doing another one now. So we have been doing the studies and we have been marketing. The train station started actually in the ground in that winter in 2011, not the one we just had last year, but the one a couple years before that. So there are a lot of things we have been doing. Again, the streetscaping is important. Connecting Yale West to that train station is important. Connecting it to downtown is important. And that's the things we've done. We have been working extremely hard. You know, it's nice to say I want this to happen. And I'm not making excuses. It has been a tough recession. I had said we've accomplished a lot. But it's another thing to go get it done. And we have been doing it, although the progress has been working. We want more. But we also got to be smart enough to not to just take anything that comes along.
Mr. O'Brien.
I think, again, I don't think we have to take anything that comes along. We have to take something that comes along. We have to negotiate with companies. There are companies that wanted to come in there. Everything got shot down. I think we have to attract business here. The days of saying we can't do it, it's hard to do, it's a bad economy are over. We have to lead the process and get something there. West Haven needs it. We can't sit around and wait. I don't think people can wait another year, another 2 years, another 5 years for this to happen. Talking about the 2006 study, we did have a study. We did nothing with it. We should have been chipping away at that study.